Hello, beautiful souls. It is Anna T. Brooks, your Soul Purpose Activator, and welcome to this week's weekly Oracle card energy reading for this week ahead, the 26th of August to the 1st of September 2024. I can't believe we're already heading into September. This feels so like things are really starting to speed up. However, there's a different energy this week, which I'm really excited to chat to you about. So as always, say hello when you're jumping on, whether you're watching the live recording or you're watching the replay. Say hi, let me know how you're feeling. Let me know your vibes that you're feeling for the week ahead. And then I'm going to dive straight in and give you some of my guidance. So as always, I have the Work Your Light Oracle card deck, which will be the main one we'll be using today. And then I've also chosen the Moonology Oracle card deck as our bonus one for afterwards. So that's the two decks we'll be using today. Before I jump in and pull the cards though, and give you the overall energy for the mind, body, soul reading for the week, I always like to give you my intuitive information about what I've been feeling and what I've been receiving about this week coming through. This feels this week like a little bit of a transition period for a lot of us. We are heading into eclipse season again in September, so there's going to be, I feel like, a lot of upheaval again, a lot of sudden changes, a lot of big things happening very quickly, as eclipse seasons always do bring some surprises. And I feel like this week, as we're just edging into the start of September, this feels like a little bit of a transition phase and a little bit of a preparation phase. And I feel like there is a lot of room this week for you to really set things up in a new way behind the scenes. The energy is a little bit subdued. It's a little bit internal this week is what I'm feeling. So rather than being really big and showy and like, you know, announcing all of your changes or upgrades or whatever the changes and choices that you're making in your life, this feels more like a bit of a insider kind of week where you're doing these things behind the scenes. You're kind of doing them quietly, but very powerfully, because you know that the momentum is about to pick up and things are about to pick up pace very quickly. So this week is a really good one, it feels like, from what I'm sensing, to just go in within a little bit more, take that time to transition and really do that background work behind the scenes so that when everything starts to really pick up pace, you're ready for it. So this is no less powerful a week. This is in fact setting you up to be in your full power. So that's the vibe, that's the energy that I'm feeling for this week. I'd love to hear if you're sensing that, how you're feeling going into this week. I know it's been a very intense couple of weeks, especially with the full moon and everything. And then, like I said, eclipse season starting again next month. So I'd love to hear how you're navigating that. Let's get into the cards. So as always, I am going to be using the Work Your Light Oracle card deck by Rebecca Campbell. And I'm going to be pulling 3 cards to indicate the mind, body, and soul energy for this week. So I've got the cards here. I've already shuffled them properly before to make sure that we got the energy for the week. And now I'm just going to shuffle to see what cards come out. So, whoop, okay, fine. Yep, mind is ready. Exactly. Body, let's see what comes through for body. It's always interesting how these cards sometimes fly out, sometimes take their time. Sometimes they try and do like 7 at once, which doesn't work for me. I just want 1 for the body, please. What is the energy for the body this week? Oh, thank you. And soul. What is the energy for the soul this week? Show me clearly. Show me clearly. Show me clearly. Whoop, nope, that's a whole pile. I apologize if you're already saying hello or commenting as you jump on. Sometimes Meta doesn't show me the comments straight away. There we go. All right, we have our 3 cards. So if I see your comments pop up, I'll definitely say hello. Okay, let's see what we have for our mind, body, and soul. So our first card is the mind. So this is more of the conscious energies, the things you're going to be aware of, you're going to be thinking about, you're going to be hearing conversations about this. This is going to be kind of top of mind this week. And we have straight up no. No. That's the card. No. Underneath it says wait, postpone, pause, say no. So this is basically saying exactly what I felt with this energy coming through. I feel like this is a bit of a transition week, and there's going to be a lot of opportunities to just hold off, right? When things aren't right, when things are not aligned, when things are not the way that you want them to be, that you feel that they get to be to move forward, you can say no. You don't have to move forward. You don't have to do things. You don't have to say yes. You don't have to take advantage of opportunities just because they're there. You can wait. You can say no. You can say, you know what? No, not right now, right? It doesn't have to be a full-on no. Of course, if that feels good for you as well, and you just feel like, no, this is just never going to happen. No, 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 that's fine as well. But for a lot of you, I feel like this is going to be more of a like, no, not right now. Like, can I get back to you on this next week? Can I get back to you on this next month? Can we table this until, whenever you feels good for you, right? There's just that kind of energy of, you know what, now is not the time to be making those big rash decisions. I'm going to honor my no, and I'm going to just say, if I feel the no, I'm going to say the no. And if I feel like I'm just not in that state right now to be making that choice, everything hasn't come full circle yet. It's not ready. It's not ready for that movement. Then I'm going to say no, and I'm going to postpone, and I'm going to wait, and that's going to be perfect. So that's that energy mind this week, the mindset, no. Be prepared to use your sacred no. Let's see what the body has in store. Ooh, okay, we have Anna, grandmother of Jesus. Try and show the pictures best I can. Anna, grandmother of Jesus. And underneath it says, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. So this is a very gentle energy. This is a very gentle card. And in the position of the body, which is talking about your physical circumstances, the tangible, the 3D world, what is actually going on physically in your world, this is telling me that this week is a week to be a little bit more gentle with yourself. Whether it means giving yourself a bit more time for self-care, for self-love, for self-reflection, being a little bit more gentle in maybe the way that you physically do things, whether it's, your workouts or something like that. Doesn't mean if you're used to working out really, really intensely, don't do that. It just means maybe make some more time as well for just some gentle walks or some yoga or some stretching or some dance or whatever feels a little bit more gentle, a little bit more like you're just nurturing yourself, right? There's that space this week to lean into a little bit more nurture, because there's a lot going on. There's a lot changing. There's a lot shifting. You've got your mindset card telling you to honor your sacred no. So there might be some situations where you're having to be really strong in your conviction and in your mindset. Be gentle on your physical self this week. Don't push yourself. Don't pressure yourself, right? It's not, push was the wrong word for that. Pressure was the word we wanted. Because by all means, we're here to grow. We're here to evolve. We're here to push and to push the envelope and to challenge ourselves. But this is more the week to release the pressure. If there's anything that's feeling like it's just too much pressure that's pushing you forward, it's probably not the right vibe for you this week. Take that time, trust that things are falling into place, and give yourself that self-reflection and that time to see what comes up, to see what comes forth, right? It's a bit more of a gentle energy on your physical self and on the physical situations you find yourself in as well, with other people, in your circumstances, in situations and conversations that you're having. Try to err to the side of gentleness, of non-pressure, of how can we have this, this conflict or this disagreement or this challenge that we're experiencing together. How can we find a bit more of a softer approach to this, right? There is a lot of room for that this week, and you'll find that things flow much easier than by going really, really hard at everything and trying to just like push through no matter what. You'll find that you'll probably end up against some brick walls instead of just being able to kind of soften everything. And then you'll find that those brick walls just kind of melt away, right? This is not the week for forcing, is what this is saying. And then the third card, so our final one for soul. So this is more of that underlying energy, what's happening within, what's kind of coming up subconsciously that you may not always be aware of, but this is kind of that energy that's brewing underneath. And another gentle card, we have the keepers of the earth. Keepers of the earth. And what it says underneath here is, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. They stand beside you. So again, this is a very gentle card. These two cards that have come up, Anna, grandmother of Jesus, and the keepers of the earth, they are much more gentle cards. So this is giving that vibe for the week. And this being the underlying energy here is telling you that there is so much being orchestrated for you. There is so much being worked out behind the scenes. You are being guided, everything. Like we've got this card saying ancient ancestors stand beside you, and this one saying divine plan. So there is definitely things that are falling into place behind the scenes and things that are really coming to a culmination, but they just might not be visible, right? Because this is that underlying kind of subconscious energy. So it's like sometimes it might feel this week like you're just on the brink, like it's just outside of your awareness, just outside. Like if you're trying to find an answer to something, trying to make a decision, it's like exactly that clarity that you're looking for is like just eluding you, right? And that is perfect. Don't force it, because it will come. It will come exactly as it's meant to. And especially that first card reminding you, honor your sacred no. You don't have to say yes to things just because it feels like, oh my God, I have to make a decision. No, you don't. There is always room for change and for a bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like that gray area, a bit of space for nuance. That's the one, N, nuance, right? There is always space for that because there is a lot going on behind the scenes. Things are being orchestrated. You are very much supported, but just allow things to develop a little bit more easily this week. Try not to force, try not to pressure, try to just tune into yourself, be aware of what's going on, choose the gentle approach, right? That second card for your body, the situations you find yourself in, try not to make them bigger and more pressurized than they really are. Instead, try to find a more softer side, a more gentle way to approach it, and you will find that things flow so much easier. And then you're going to feel that energy of the keepers of the earth, of how much you are actually supported, of how much you are working in synchronicity with the universe, and it's here for you. You're not alone. You're not doing this alone. So it's a very, very interesting week with these different energies. Like I said, more of that gentle, more of that internal energy this week. I would love to hear how that's resonating for you. Please feel free to pop in any thoughts that you're having or any kind of realizations. If this is making sense for you already, feel free to pop a comment in. Okay, so that is the reading for the week. And now I'm going to jump in to use the Moonology Oracle card deck. And this is going to be the bonus reading. So these ones, I am going to pull 3 cards today, and they are going to give you a little bit of an extra information about what's coming up for this week, specifically for you. So you do get to tune in, you get to use your own intuition and guidance to see which card feels like it has a message for you. Sometimes you may feel pulled to more than one. That does happen. Just trust whatever is coming through, but usually most people will feel that pull towards one of the cards. So again, I've already pre-shuffled these before, so I'm just going to go ahead and start shuffling now to see what 3 cards want to come through. And at that time, feel free to just take a moment to ground yourself, to take a few deep breaths, tune into your own intuition, to your own center. There's the first one, perfect. And then I will pull up the cards one by one so you can feel in to which one has a message for you. All right, card number 2. Come on out. Make yourself known. These are shuffling very well today. Oh, nope, there it goes. Perfect. And card number 3. Let's see what we have. Oh, okay, that one wants to fly out. All right, we have our 3 cards. So I'm going to pull them up one at a time. Take a moment, tune in. Once you've picked your card, pop it in the comments. Let me know which one you've chosen. So card number 1. If you have chosen card number 1, if you feel pulled to card number 1, this is your card. Card number 2, if you've chosen 2, you feel pulled to card number 2, this is your card. And card number 3, if you've chosen card number 3, you feel pulled to card number 3, this is your card. All right, lock in what what card you feel most pulled to, and let's go through. I'm going to read from the actual book for these ones as well, because I do love to give you that bit more of an insight as well. Card number 1, if you chose the first one, we have, Supermoon. Emotions are running high. Supermoon. Okay, let's have a read of what is happening here? Where do I find this super moon? Here we go. Hey, Casey, hello. 110, all right. Okay, you've chosen card number 3. Ooh, ink. Can't wait to see what that one is. All right, emotions are running high, supermoon. This card suggests that the answer to whatever you're asking is writ large like the silvery full moon set against the velvety night sky. If you're wondering how successful something is going to be, such as a job or a relationship, the answer is very. To use common parlance, the answer to your question may well be that it's under your nose. This card is about being larger than life, being special and bursting with energy that you can tune into and work with. You can expect plenty of good things and a positive outcome when this card comes up for you, but you may find there's a lot of emotion to deal with too. There's also a sense that the opportunities around whatever you're asking about don't come along every day, so take action. Interesting. So there you go. Here's a little bit of a spin for for some of you. If you are like in the context of this week, that's interesting that for some of you there is still that message that on some things take that action, right? So that's going to be very interesting. I'd love to hear how that resonates if you chose card number 1. Now card number 2. If you chose card number 2, you have the first quarter moon. First quarter moon, it says your commitment is being tested. Ooh. First quarter moon. Let's have a read of this one. Okay. There could be some challenges coming your way, but they're just the universe's way of testing you. The first quarter moon calls for you to face any hurdles with confidence. What do you actually think is possible? If you believe you can do it, then you probably can. If you spend your life affirming that something is too big for you to surmount, it probably is. See how it works? Do you believe your dreams will come true, or have you secretly already given up? Showing some commitment now will help you move towards your desired outcome. What you believe to be true is true for you. So believe in yourself. Very important one there, right? Very important, that distinction that we go through where sometimes we say that we believe that we're going to do something, but secretly inside we actually are just waiting to fail. And that's what we actually believe. This is that time to knuckle down. And especially in the context of this week, it's going to be interesting to see how that evolves for you to hold that resilience, hold that trust in a very gentle way. So that was card number 2. And card number 3, if you chose card 3, we have the South Node. The South Node. And it says, don't let your past hold you back. South Node. Let's grab this one. I have something interesting to say about these as well after I've read this, so stick around. Okay. So, don't let your past hold you back. The South Node, like the North Node, is a karmic point, but it's opposite to the North Node and relates to the past, perhaps even to past lives. Whatever you're going through and whatever you're asking about, there's a chance that age-old programming and conditioning is stopping you from achieving all that you might. Do you feel stuck in something? This card often comes up as a sign that the situation or relationship you're asking about has somehow become suffocating, even toxic. It suggests that someone, you even, needs to be released, that there's some kind of addiction going on or an unhealthy attachment that needs to be sorted out. One thing is for sure, when you get this card, you're being challenged to make some changes, even if staying where you are feels easier and safer. Interesting. So there's definitely something coming up for this third card. If you chose card number 3 this week, take that time to go even more internally, because there is something to be released that is going to make things much more powerful and much more smooth for you. And very much because this is so karmic, that's why it says, don't force this. You're not trying to fight this out of you. You're just trying to release this. You're just trying to see it for what it is and let it go. The one thing I wanted to add is this is very interesting that out of all of the cards in the Moonology deck, right, there's a number of different ones. There's a lot of these ones which are, talking about like the supermoon or the South Node or the first quarter moon, and they're kind of talking about phases of the moon. there's a whole massive section of the deck which is around like the new moons and the full moons in different signs. So you might have like a new moon in Aquarius or a full moon in Scorpio or something like that, and it gives you a bit more of a energy about a specific star sign. It's interesting that none of the cards this week out of the 3 that came up were those ones. They were all to do with a moon cycle rather than something specific about an energy of a star sign. So this is telling me that for everyone this week, there is a lot of collective energy. It doesn't feel very specific. It's kind of like that hint of be a little bit general this week. Be prepared to go a little bit broad when you're thinking through things. Think big picture rather than small picture. Think big ideas rather than small details. Think, where am I going on a big scale as opposed to what are the exact steps I need to get there. This is not the week to be really detailed. This is the week to go a little bit broader, to expand a little bit more and allow more in and allow more to be released, but don't get bogged down, right? Especially that last card, right, with the South Node, if you chose that one. Don't get bogged down by being like, I need to figure out exactly what this is that I need to release. You can just let your body do what needs to be done. You can just ask, whatever I'm holding, please I am going to release this now. Help me to release this now. You don't need to attach to absolutely everything. You don't need every single little detail. That's not how we work. We actually get to just release things if we believe without even knowing we have. So anyway, that was just a little random side note that came through as I pulled all the cards. So I wanted to add that in. But as always, thank you so much for tuning in. I would love to hear your thoughts. If you have any ideas or just how you're feeling with the reading this week and what's coming up, please feel free to drop them in. I do always love to hear from you. And yes, if you have any questions, if you have any inquiries about working with me in terms of energetic healing work or coaching as well, feel free to reach out. I will be bringing out some other things to share with you very shortly. But aside from that, I'll see you in my PMs or DMs if you want to reach out, and then I will see you next week for the next weekly Oracle card reading. Sending you so much love for the week ahead, and I'll see you soon. Mwah.